looks like Donny van der Beek will be patrolling that Manchester United midfield next season. First of all, Milan, from your perspective, this transfer seemed to happen very quickly, very quietly, very cleanly. Yeah, almost a surprise. Is that the way you saw it?
Yeah, good night. Happy to be in your show for the second time. First of all, it went very flawless, very quick, very clean, as you said. Like 3-4 days ago, last Tuesday, he played a friendly here in Amsterdam with Ajax. Nothing was really happening with Van der Beek. He was always playing in the second squad of Ajax because the coach, Ten Hag, thought, okay, he's going to leave this summer. I'm planning on other players to play on the number 10 or the number 8 position. But there was nothing really happening with Donny van der Beek till last Saturday, when suddenly he wasn't in the squad for the last friendly of Ajax before the international break. And then the coach said, Ten Hag, there's something happening with him. But it lasted like one and a half day till Dutch media ended up, or international media ended up with the club for Donny van der Beek. And it turned out to be Manchester United. And it's a really flawless, easy, quick and clean transfer, can we say. He's having his medical on Monday night, as we speak now, in Amsterdam. And he's ready to go to Manchester United.
How do you see him fitting into that Manchester United midfield at Milan, given the fact they already have one Bruno Fernandes and one Paul Pogba in that midfield?
Yeah, and when the last period, when Man United were quite successful, you had Matic, Fernandes and Pogba. With Fernandes like being the creative number 10. Pogba, we all know Pogba is a really, really good midfielder. To be honest, I don't see him fitting in that midfield. If you have Matic, if you have Pogba and Fernandes, and Solskjaer wants to play with a three-player midfield, it will be very, very hard for Donny van der Beek to fit in that midfield. Or Solskjaer has to play very attacking midfield with Pogba and Van der Beek behind Fernandes, or Pogba and Fernandes behind Van der Beek. But I see many difficulties for Van der Beek. But let's give him the chance. Maybe he will evolve into a very, very successful Man United player. And if you get either Pogba or Matic or Fernandes out of the starting 11, you are a very successful Man United player.
Stevie, Manchester United fans will be saying, see what happens when Steve Nicol goes away on vacation? We make a great signing. How do you see him fitting in to the fold for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
It's a tough one. I kind of agree with Milan. You know, Fernandes is clearly the guy who's going to Rome, which means the other two, if indeed it's three in the middle, have to sort of set. I would suggest that Van Beek is better having some sort of license to get forward and get in the box, which may mean that maybe he starts on the right hand side of a front three. Maybe puts pressure on Greenwood. Greenwood is still a kid. Yes, he's shown some signs of brilliance, but he's still a kid. So if he's playing, I see him right now as wide in that front three on the right hand side.
Jules, your assessment?
I agree with the boys. I think it's hard to see him start in the team if Pogba and Fernandes are fully fit. I agree you need Matic there. Maybe in certain games, especially at Old Trafford, when you know you're going to have 70% of the ball, for example, you could play with Van der Beek and Pogba in front of the back four, and then Fernandes above them, and then because you know you'll have so much of the ball, you'll have maybe less defending to do or something like that. But other than that, he would certainly start as an impact player coming off the bench, unless, like Stevie said, you play him out of position and on the right. But again, you can't expect too much from him if you're playing in a position that is not his, especially with the way United have been playing in that formation before. But we've said enough, I think, at the end of the season when they ran out of steam in the Europa League, for example, that the problem as well for this Man United team was the lack of depth in their squad. Well, you bring someone like Van der Beek in your squad and he looks far stronger as a squad. Then you can always pick who you think is better, who has the best fitness, who is better suited to play against who, etc., etc. But at least you've got more options on your bench than you had, for example, at the end of last season when he wasn't there.
Milan, how excited are they in general in Holland, given the level of surprise perhaps attached to this move?
Yeah, we're quite excited because we have Frenkie de Jong at Barcelona, we have Matthijs de Ligt at Juventus. Hakim Ziyech is a Dutch guy, he plays for Morocco, but he's a Dutch guy. He's playing for Chelsea now. So we are excited that another Dutch player goes into one of the biggest leagues in the world and one of the biggest clubs in the world. And we find it quite exciting that he goes to a different club. So we have some players at all clubs. But till a few months ago, he was going to Real Madrid. There was already a contract. but the coronavirus made that difficult. And Barcelona was kind of interested as well. But actually, my feeling is that people are quite excited that he goes to Manchester United, who were playing very attractive the last couple of months. So that makes people exciting to see Van de Beek in Manchester.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.